Hello, everybody out there in internet land. It is another week and another WXR, the Wrestling X Pound Radio. And joining me is the usual cast of people. And if you've seen our other shows, well, then you know the format. We're going to go through Raw and then maybe SmackDown, who knows? Then some main event and then some Total Divas, NXT, and then end with the news. And if you haven't seen our other stuff, shame on you. Go do that now. So I will, of course, note right off the bat that I am sitting next to my good friend Marcus Shadow, so there may be times when there will be a bit of an echo depending on whose microphone is on. So I apologize for that. And so,
I assume
yes.
based on our other recording, every time he discredits you or doesn't count you as an individual, we're going to hear a loud smack followed by "ow."
Yes. I mean,
With
no.
"see, I exist."
Hearing people get beat up through someone else's microphone is one of the funniest things. But anyway, I digress.
It is. It is.
And we'd hear it through both microphones. It'd be awesome. It'd be surround sound smackage.
All right. So without further ado, we will jump into the Raw recap and all that good stuff.
Sure. Well, this Raw was hot on the heels of Night of Champions. And as we found out, Vince decided to rewrite the whole fucking show during the show. Like, the show had started and Vince hadn't finished the rewrites yet. That's how in the weeds they were with this. So, yeah, Raw wasn't very good. But Raw kicked off with Cena and Ambrose calling out Rollins. And then the Authority came out and...
Oh, I just said I thought Raw was pretty good this week. Just had one problem, but I thought Raw was pretty good.
Fair enough. But yeah, Ambrose came out, wanted Rollins. Cena came out, said, I want him too. And then Thug Brigade came out, and they beat up Thug Brigade. Yeah, so that led into, later on they would say they had two matches. I can't remember who fought whom, but Cena had a match and then Ambrose had a match. So, they locked Ambrose in like a closet and had a bunch of guards stand guard outside. It's like, okay, so you're just gonna leave him locked in the closet? That's great. And then Cena had a match.
Yeah, even Simon came out with one of those.
Nice.
But yeah, in this part of it though, before he locked him in the closet, they chased Rollins through the arena until Rollins created Grand Theft Auto. He literally stole some dude's car, shoved him out of the way, jumped in his car, and drove off in it. So, yeah, WW everybody, where breaking the law is good.
Yeah, it should be noted there were multiple felonies committed at Raw. There was a carjacking, wrongful imprisonment, a couple of assault charges. Pretty sure that near the end had the appropriate thing, but under the cube there would have been attempted murder. So, you know.
Who was wrongfully imprisoned?
Dean Ambrose in a closet.
To be fair, Triple H was the one behind that. Your boss has the right to tell you which part of your building you're going to be in at work.
But it's not his building.
Yes, but I meant while it's there, it's like technically, like, I don't know, if you worked at a public like section, like, I don't know, school, they don't own the school, but the teacher, the person in charge can still tell you which section you're going to be stationed in.
Touche.
I don't know if closet counts as a section to be stationed in, but
To be fair, it wasn't really a closet, it was like a locker room.
Yeah, unless they made Dean Ambrose the custodian for the night.
Yeah, like I said, to be fair, it was like a small room, like a small locker room. He was just like, go there. It worked, but
It wasn't like go there. He was like, throw him in there. He didn't really give him an option.
Potato.
Actually, and you'll appreciate this one, Rick. The security guards had Ambrose, like, they grabbed him, and Triple H was like, "Get him out of my arena! Just get him out of here!" And Stephanie she goes, "No, throw him in there!" And like points to the locker room, whatever. And they throw him in there, and then the guys stand guard, and Triple H turns to Steph and goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And Steph goes, and I can't believe they actually did this. They actually acknowledged a fault. She turns around and she goes, "Come on, Hunter, how many people have we thrown out of the building and they just come right back?"
No. If you're gonna quote Stephanie McMahon, at least do it properly.
Yeah, what she actually said when Triple H turned around and said, "Why are you putting him in there?" She goes, "We just hired back Hayden Rank," and that's when we had the worst scene of just like a Hayden Rank appearing behind Ambrose and then shadows.
Are
But
you
no.
talking about friend?
Yeah, exactly. But no, what she said was, because she's like, what are they doing? She's like, have we ever thrown anybody out that didn't come back? Was what she actually said.
That's not much different to what you said.
Yeah, but I just love that she acknowledged that, the fact that
Yeah.
like almost every time in WWE programming when someone's kicked out of the building, they usually come back by the end of the night.
Right, and that's not something you wanted to...
Hi.
Yeah, that's not necessarily something that you want to point out.
It's not about. I still say Bobby the Brain Heenan says hi because who remembers when he was kicked out of Raw and he kept trying to get back into the building and couldn't in various disguises, including dressing as a woman. Fucking awesome! That was great TV. That was fucking awesome. That's what Dean Ambrose should have had to do.
Those were the good old days.
It was.
But yes, so we go from the opening segment into our first match, which is Miz versus Dolph Ziggler rematch, Intercontinental title. I don't know why the fuck they did this, but Ziggler wins the title back the night after he loses it. Yeah, disagree with that. Miz should have kept the title.
He should have.
But Dolph wins via the same way the Miz won the previous night by grabbing the tights. Moving on.
Yeah.
We have the continuing feud between Jack Swagger and Bo Dallas. Swagger wins. Not much to say there. Oh, Bo Dallas. I like Bo Dallas.
No, and there is something to say there because it's worth pointing out.
Mm-hmm.
It is worth pointing out that after Jack Swagger tapped him out, Zeb Coulter got a microphone and proceeded to point out to Bo Dallas that, you know what, Bo Dallas, I tell you what, I believe that Jack Swagger just tapped you out.
Wait. Are we doing a podcast in which Jim has his own notes and Marcus is looking things up? Okay, I'm going to shave off my hair and Richter's going to become a massive troll.
I don't even have notes. I'm just remembering shit from Raw, and that I didn't even see. I only know about that because they replayed it on Main Event.
It's backwards day. Everyone pick a personality from the X-Pan that hasn't been taken.
I think it's like it exists or something.
Hey, yo, my music's on iTunes, yo. You dig?
That's not QJ. You're here.
That's not QJ.
But yeah, so our next match was Natalya v. Summer Rae, which was an okay match. I don't know that I like this feud simply because it spawned off of Total Divas, and it's not a very good feud, even though both of these ladies are very good competitors. It's just like,
Yeah, there's some problems. I want to point. I didn't have this in the news. I'm just gonna point this out here real quick. The problem with that is that Vince can't make up his mind if he wants Total Divas to stick to the storylines or not. Because originally it was going to be a separate thing, but then Vince keeps saying, well, I want it to match the storylines in the show, or I don't want it to match the storylines in the show. But that's its own problem, because that shit's filmed like 6 months in advance. So it's like trying to line up shit. It's like near impossible, and everybody's going nuts, and Vince can't make up his damn mind, and everybody's pissed at him.
To be fair, it should be easier if it's filmed 6 months in advance, because in 6 months' time, we're going to do this. But
yeah, except as you know, they rewrite things. As we noted with this Raw, they rewrote it during the damn show. That's how much in advance they know what they're going to do.
Yes, but as I was saying, it's also worth pointing out they've always done that with Total Divas, because at the end of the day, Total Divas is reality TV, and I hope you guys are sat down for this news. Most reality TV has staged shit in it. It makes perfect sense for WWE to include staged shit that would spread onto the TV. They did it with Total Divas at the very beginning with, oh my god, who's on Total Divas, who's not? And, oh my god, this feud spawned from Total Divas. It makes sense, logically speaking. It's bad, but it makes logical sense.
Fair enough.
They
I don't
also
like it
probably
clear
want,
enough.
they probably also want WWE fans to want to watch Total Divas more.
Fair enough.
If
So-
they want WWE fans to watch it, they should put it on the WWE Network for just $9.99.
Fair enough. So that leads us to our next match before he got locked into a random locker room out of nowhere. We have Dean Ambrose versus Kane, and Ambrose wins via DQ.
Dean Ambrose gonna come out of the closet. So I pull out my gun. I pull out my gun.
Yeah, that was a pretty good match. I mean, it's Ambrose and Kane, so it's they're decent.
Mm-hmm. I still don't understand why the fuck Citizen Kane needs to wrestle in business slacks when he owns wrestling tights.
Because
Different
the
character.
tights only go with the mask. He's not wearing the mask, thus he doesn't want to put on the tights.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
but yeah, the DQ is Rollins coming out and whacking him off. The
What?
Wait,
And this
Yeah,
sounds dirty.
came out and whacked them
What the-
off?
Wow.
For just $9.99.
Yeah, apparently.
and that led to him getting tossed into a locker room. So
Him being
yeah.
whacked off led to him being tossed off, really?
Shut up and take my money.
Wonder Kane really was the big red monster.
Kane gonna take the Ambrose in the closet.
But yes, that leads
my
in,
mask.
that leads into Sheamus and the Usos versus the Dust Brothers and Cesaro, and of course the good guys win. That was actually a decent match. Actually, I like that match. Moving on. This just made me go, why? We have rematch from the previous night. Rusev versus Mark Henry. Which, of course, Mark Henry does not win.
No.
He gets his ass promptly kicked. And it's just like, why? Why did Rusev fight him again? That made no sense to me.
Because what did Rusev have to lose by beating him up again and looking strong?
Exactly. And I can't remember who pointed this out, but I agree with it. They ended this match the way they should have ended the pay-per-view match, with Mark Henry passing out instead of tapping.
Yeah, it felt like Raw came around and they basically decided, oh, we didn't mean that stupid pay-per-view ending. We're going to do a redo. That match pay-per-view didn't count.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I'm like, all right, you already made Mark Henry look like a pussy. You can't go back on
Yep.
To be fair, he's looked like a pussy for years.
that. True.
It's about time he put over new people instead of just squashing them with his generic gimmick whenever he's like, Hall of Pain, squash.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you want to see Mark Henry looking like a pussy, wait till we get to main event.
Oh dear. But yes, and that leads us into Adam Rose and the Bunny versus Slater and Gator. Adam Rose and the Bunny. This match was a fun match. I enjoyed this match.
Of course you did. It had a bunny in it.
Now, whoever was in the bunny suit had some skill, man. Jump spinning back kicks and shit.
I liked some of this match.
Fair enough.
I didn't like the fact it was a joke match. I hate joke matches.
That's fair.
That goes into AJ Lee v Nikki Bella, which was actually a pretty good match. And AJ Lee wins. And Paige was at ringside. She came down for commentary. Didn't do much, but she was there on commentary and she talked, and that was cool. It looks like Paige isn't done with AJ. Not by a long shot. Oh, what'd you guys think of this one?
It was okay.
Okay then. Still kind of disappointed they're pushing Nikki over Brie, but yeah.
Of course
Like,
they
they
are.
should
She's
be-
got. Of course they're pushing her. She's got bigger tits.
True.
Oh, it's because she's the heel. They have more options for her to fight at the moment.
So then that leads us to our main event: Cena versus Randy Orton. And before Orton went
Match
out
number
there,
10,008,431.
yeah, pretty much. And before they went out there, Kane and Rollins went up to Orton and was like, because Orton was all pissed off about, why am I fighting Rollins fights for him? He should go out and fight his own fights. And Rollins came out and was like, look, I didn't ask you to fight my fights. I don't want you to fight my fights. But because you basically got thrown into this because of Triple H, I'm going to tell you right now, Kane and I, we're going to be at ringside and we're going to have your back, dude. And we have a little surprise. And Orton's like, well, as you know, I love surprises. And so they go out there, and of course, there's a big ass box thing next to the table. So of course, everyone's thinking, oh, there's more cinder blocks. They're gonna cinder block Cena.
Except me, I called it.
Yep, and they went to do it. They were gonna do it at the end, and when they pulled the box open, Ambrose was under there, having somehow broken out of the room.
Yeah, to be fair, it was kind of obvious it wasn't cinder blocks. The second the commentator started saying, "Oh yeah, I wonder you'd have to be a blockhead if you didn't know what was in there," and it's all like in a block. Everyone was like, "It's not blocks. What's in there?" Which yeah, Jim called what was in there, but everyone I saw was like, "What the hell? What the hell's in there then?" Because it's clearly not bricks, or you wouldn't keep making out it's bricks and then hiding it because we know it's bricks.
Yeah.
Also, there will be an answer to your mystery there as well come main event, and it's the stupidest answer you could possibly think of.
Fair enough, but yeah, that's kind of how it ends. Ambrose pops out and saves Cena and beats the crap out of Rollins and Kane and send them packing, and he and Cena get in the ring and celebrate, yada yada yada. End of Raw. And this match was actually pretty good up until the end, until they were like, "Now we're gonna try to cinder block him." I'm like, "Oh, that's wonderful."
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, overall, I liked Raw. My only negative thing was, and I don't know if you knew this or not, Rick, but my main problem with Raw is there was no Brock Lesnar, no Paul Heyman, no Chris Jericho, and no Wyatt's. And I know some people are going to be like, well, Jericho's out because Fozzy, It's like, yeah, but they didn't tell us he's out. They haven't given us a reason he's out. We need a reason, or it's just not story. It's just stupid.
Bless you.
And normally when he goes, they normally make a deal like, oh, he's been fired, or this has happened, or this has happened. Now it's just like he lost off a normal RKO. Admittedly, it was catch finisher, but still, he didn't look injured. They didn't tell us he was injured. No Jericho, no Wyatt, which was weird. And like I said, no champion and no Paul Heyman. That was weird, but they did a good job with who was there, though.
Fair enough.
Yep, I thought Heyman was supposed to be there, but then when they rewrote it, they wrote him out of the show.
Yeah, according to what I read, if you believe the little dirt sheets, Heyman was supposed to be there, but they didn't send him out because they're still debating who they're going to put Lesnar against for Hell in a Cell. It's likely not going to be Cena, so they're still trying to figure out what the future is going to be for Hell in a Cell. So they didn't want to send Heyman and Brock out there without somebody to target. So,
see, it should be Cena. As Mole pointed out at Night of Champions, the reason why that ending would have worked is if they were going to do a rubber match between Brock and Cena.
Yeah, and again, that's only if you believe the lol dirt sheets. Half the time they just make it up.
Yeah,
they just make it up because they're like, oh, Brock Lesnar isn't on Raw. That bit's a fact. Let's make up a reason he's not on Raw and Paul Heyman's not. Because clickbait.
So what does that move us on to? That main event?
Yeah, unless anyone had any SmackDown stuff.
Nope, I didn't have any SmackDown stuff.
On to the main event.
Nobody watches SmackDown.
I do watch SmackDown, I just don't take notes for it anymore. Since it always gets completely ignored.
Yep. Alright, main event then. Some good stuff on main event.
Okay, so, piss break segment, people.
Anyway, So main event opened up here with Adam Rose and the Bunny. Do 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 do. They come out to the ring, dancing down in the ring, and Adam Rose and the Bunny proceed to go sit down at the commentary desk with the Rosebuds just kind of piled to their right. And they proceed to remain in commentary for the duration of the following match, which featured a Slater Gator versus Los Matadores. Basically, the match was very, very, very short. I think Slater got rolled up for the loss. But the important thing was over on commentary. It was Adam Rose was talking about how awesome his friend the Bunny was, and Michael Cole loved the Bunny, and Byron Saxton wanted nothing to do with the Bunny and was trying to get the Bunny to talk, and the Bunny wouldn't talk to him, was just kind of gesturing. Even though the Bunny had a big headset on his head. So that was fun.
Was the headphone part of it on his actual ears though? Because maybe he couldn't hear them.
I'm not sure. I don't remember that. I think it was like right at the bottom part of his ears, I think.
Oh, okay.
So now, what was funny is basically Cole was talking up the Bunny, and Saxon wanted nothing to do with the Bunny, and they went back and forth, and then after
Bunny Mania.
yeah, hashtag Bunny Mania, and then after Slater and Gator lost, Adam Rose and the Bunny and the Rosebuds went in the ring, and they celebrate. And I think I want to say Adam Rose hit his finisher on Slater, I think, and then they kicked him out of the ring, and they danced with the Matadores and El Torito in the ring.
Did they actually try the hashtag Bunny Mania again?
They did not bring up hashtag Bunny Mania.
Thank God. Yeah, they tried that on Roebuck.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They kept trying during the Bunny segment of hashtag Bunny Mania, hashtag Bunny Mania. And then they're like, come on, JBL, say it. And then JBL goes on a tirade. I'm not going to say hashtag Bunny Mania. Because you have to be a complete idiot to type hashtag Bunny Mania. Hashtag Bunny Mania is like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Who the hell goes on the internet and types hashtag Bunny Mania? It's like, we get it. You want us to make this trend. I'm glad no one did. Or if they did, not enough people to make it a big trend. I'm like, thank God that failed.
Yeah.
Because you're trying too hard to make stuff trend, people. Come on.
Yeah.
Let it happen naturally.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Moving on from that, after a quick commercial, we come back, and it's time for a sweet bromance moment with Mark Henry and the Big Show. So Mark Henry... Pretty much. So Mark Henry comes out to the ring in the world's strongest power suit, and gets in the ring, and gets a microphone, and he says, I got a statement I want to make. I wrote it down, and he pulls out his piece of paper, and he basically reads off a statement in which he basically says, I tried to fight for you guys at Night of Champions, and I failed. Well, last night, that's on you. You knew I was injured, and you still made me get in the ring with Rusev again, and now I'm injured even worse. Why would you do that to me? I mean, what's that?
Did he say lols?
He did not.
So the crowd start chanting, "You mad, bro?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will also say, when Jim mentioned the world's strongest power suits, were you imagining like an Iron Man armor when people say like power armor? That's what I was imagining. I was imagining Mark Henry in like a power armor suit or something.
That
I
would
thought
be
maybe
awful.
he came out like a Power Ranger or something.
Ha! No, he just had a really sharp looking like Armani suit. Anyway. So
So if Power Ranger fans know, it's coming out.
Oh. Anyway. So Mark Henry talks about, that's, this is why, heroes like me, it's hard to be a hero because, we come out and, you want us to get in the ring and be your hero. I think it's a bad guy, but then you only love us if we win. And it feels like, that's why even do it if that's how you guys are going to act? That's not right, man. And the loss to Rusev, that's on your head. That's not on mine. You knew I was injured. You made me get in the ring anyway, and now I'm injured even worse.
Please
that's on
tell
you.
me. Please tell me this leads to him touring America in the world's strongest bus, singing "I'll be your hero."
That would be amazing. But no, but the Big Show comes out without any theme music, and he got away wearing the world's largest hoodie, and He comes out and he waves around to the crowd with a big show smile, and he gets in the ring. He basically consoles Mark Henry, and he basically tells him, Mark, look, I know it's hard, with dealing with this kind of thing. I mean, yeah, sometimes you can get mad at people. Sometimes that happens. I understand that. I mean, you remember when you were on my tour bus, and we were hanging out. There was a bus involved. Remember we were hanging out on my tour bus, and you ate all my chocolate chip cookies and drank all my milk. Remember that, Mark Henry? And Henry kind of smiles and laughs like, yeah. It's like anybody else, I would have thrown them out that bus halfway down the street. But we're pros, man. You could eat my chocolate cookies. You could drink my whole gallon of milk, so I have no milk to put on my cereal in the morning. It's cool. Because we're friends. And, you just got to keep on going, man. It's okay. You don't have to get down about this. Everybody loses sometimes. It's okay. You just got to keep on going and know that your friends are here for you.
All you gotta do is leave.
And I promise you that on SmackDown, I'm going to knock Rusev the hell out.
And I get it.
And they hug, and then they laugh.
He's fat. Ah.
And then they hugged, and then they laughed.
Hashtag hug it out.
Pretty much. And just for the record, because I know nobody watch it or care, but just for the record, Big Show did fight Rusev on SmackDown, and he lost via DQ, and Rusev started assaulting him with the Russian flagpole.
And again, someone did watch SmackDown.
Okay, fair enough.
I mentioned I did watch it. I just don't mention it on here because everyone always disregards it. So it's like, yeah,
fair enough. So that happened. They did a whole lot of recapping of Night of Champions footage. Then we had a one-on-one match between Bo Dallas and Kofi Kingston. In which Bo Dallas came out. Kofi came out first, and then Bo Dallas came out. And Bo Dallas got a mic, and he says to Kofi Kingston, "What's that?"
Matches are built in various ways. Like Brock Lesnar v CM Punk was the Beast versus the Best, or the Best versus the Beast.
Yep.
Please tell me this match was billed as "You're making me Bo leave."
Ha!
Wow.
I see what you did there.
It was
Anyway, no. So Bo Dallas comes out and get a microphone, and Bo Dallas says, last night I actually lost. I lost to Jack Swagger. I know what it feels to lose now. I now know what it feels to be like one of you. But you know what? I can go back from that. It's okay. And then Kofi says, "Now, Kofi, I'm glad to be in the ring with you. I'm glad I'm glad you're here. I didn't even know you still worked here."
Please tell me when he said that to Kofi of just, now I know what it's like to be one of you. Tell me Byron Saxton was like, what does he mean, one of you?
That would have been great. But when he said he was facing the crowd when he said it. He wasn't facing Kofi.
Ah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, but anyway, but Bo says, and Kofi, it could be a fun idea, that you are still here to try to, get your career going. What you should do is, your trademark catchphrase, instead of boom, 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 you should go, Bo, 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 leave. And then Kofi attacked him, and then they had a match, and pretty athletic match. They did, they were going back and forth. They're doing some good moves. Kofi did his through the rope kick in the face and everything. They went back and forth. And Kofi actually won off of a Trouble in Paradise. Kind of shocking. And then the final item of the night, which was the best item of the night, and therefore it held the main event segment of the evening. Can everybody still hear me? It's like dead silent.
Yes.
Just checking.
We can hear you.
Okay, just checking. Everybody went dead silent like we did the call die. Okay, so the main event of the night was Miz TV. Starring The Miz and Damian Mizdow. And featuring their special guest for the evening, the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. So Miz and Sandow come out, they do their double turn thing, and they set up the show. And they get in the ring, and I gotta say, I love Damian Sandow. How he just stands behind the Miz and just does everything he does behind him. That's just hilarious. Anyway, so they get in the ring and they start going through this, and Miz basically goes on a tirade about how he got cheated out of the Intercontinental title by Dolph Ziggler on Raw, and he starts screaming at the top of his lungs, but then he calms himself down. He's like, no, I'm not here to talk about that right now. We're for Miz TV, and we're here to talk to Dean Ambrose. And Dean Ambrose comes out, and he gets in the ring, and they sit down in the ring, and they kind of start going back and forth, and Miz talks about, okay, so this happened on Raw, get your hand on Seth Rollins, blah blah blah. Highlight of this is where he basically starts asking, now Dean, I want to get an answer to the question here that the whole world wants to know. The answer to, exactly how did you get out of that room to put yourself out there in that box for that match? How did you get out of the room? What is your big secret? What is the tactic? How did you do it? How did you get past those guards? How did you do it? What did you do? And Dean Ambrose kind of looks at him for a second, and the stupidest of answers possible that makes not only WWE, but it makes Triple H and Stephanie look stupid. You know what the answer was?
He snuck out in a cardboard box.
No, he's not Snake. That would have been awesome.
He walked out the front door.
No. He walked out the back door.
That was a back door.
He's like, yeah, they put me in a room with two doors. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not Houdini. I don't have a big trick here. I walked out the back door.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be something stupid like he opened the door and said, I really need to pee. Can I go to the toilet? And I just let him go.
That would have been good. But no, he went out the back door. They put him in a room with two doors and guarded one of them. So, anyway. So he meant to go out the back door, at which point Miz is like, Miz can't believe it. Like, really? Really? Yeah, he didn't actually say the realies, which shocked me. I was expecting the realies, but he didn't bust out the realies. But he basically said, okay then, so fair enough. And then he goes on another tirade about I was talking about the cheating of adult, and I think Dean was talking about how he went out there to stop the cheating against John Cena or whatever. I mean, that wasn't cheating. What was cheating was the way Dolph Ziggler stole my Intercontinental title. And he goes on a tirade again, and says something to Ambrose. I don't remember what he said to set him off, but Ambrose attacked him. And the best ending to an interview segment in the history of Monday Night Raw. Or in the history of WWE, not Raw. It's not on Raw.
I was about to say, it's not Raw.
So the best ending to an interview segment ever. So here's what happens.
The best ending?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jericho throwing HBK face first into a screen says what?
True, that was good. But here's what happens. So Dean Ambrose assaults The Miz, and then AFC hits Miz down, and Miz now goes flying out of the ring. So he beats The Miz up, and he hits him with his finisher. Whatever Dean Ambrose's finisher is called. I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, he hits him with his finisher. And then he tries to leave everything the way he found it. So he picks Miz up. Miz was now basically unconscious. He picks Miz up. He puts Miz back in the chair. He puts the microphone back in his hand and sets his hand against his chest, so the microphone is right under him in position. And then he just stands behind Miz and he leans over and he just goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Miz TV. We'll see you next week. Good night." He just walks away.
Oh man, that does sound pretty funny.
It was pretty hilarious. And then his music hit, and Michael Cole took us to the close, and that was main event.
I will say the Jericho Shawn Michaels one was better.
That was good, yes, you're right.
Better. Or Rowdy Roddy Piper Coconut.
Coconut was good. Or Shawn Michaels putting his partner through the barbershop window.
Yep.
Anyway, so that was main event. So why don't we take it over to...
Well, you know what wasn't one of the best endings ever to a talk show?
What's that?
HBK in the Heartbreak Hotel, when he introduces Ted DiBiase, who promises to show the world the return of The Undertaker. And it turns out to be the fake Undertaker leading into Undertaker the Undertaker.
Ah.
The Underfaker?
Yep. See, it's weird. I remember stuff like that. I used to love the Heartbreak Hotel with the big fucking heart-shaped pillows and stuff. That was a great segment.
That was. See, I always felt like fake Undertaker come back later and teamed up with fake Kane to form the Brothers of Deception.
Yes.
Am I the only one who thinks The Rock should have ripped off HBK and created an interview segment called the SmackDown Hotel.
He could have.
I think that would have been awesome.
Except that wouldn't have lasted too long because Stone Cold Steve Austin rolled right into room 316 to burn that son of a bitch to the ground.
Who said the interview segment would have taken place in room 316?
If you set room 316 on fire, the whole building's going to burn.
No, if anyone got a talk show, it should have been Paul Betrayal, and it should have been called Pirate Radio.
Ah. It should have been called the Crow's Nest. But anyway, I think we're going on to some NXT Total Divas.
Yes, that is correct.
If the host says so. Does the host will it so?
He just did.
I will it so.
Make it so.
Which one would you like first, Rick? NXT or Total Divas? Which one would you like first, oh great host? Oh mighty smiter.
And when you do it, Rick, you have to do it old school. You have to say, "This I command."
Okay, he went with NXT. So, okay, first up on Total Divas. No, NXT. NXT. Mojo Rawley went against Bull MZ. Pretty much a squash match, as we expected. Tyler Breeze came out. This is what made this part kind of cool. Tyler Breeze came out as Mojo was walking past him. Tyler Breeze pulls out his phone to go to do a selfie. And because Mojo walked behind him as Tyler Breeze was taking a selfie, he kind of accidentally photobombed Tyler Breeze, so Tyler Breeze beat the shit out of him.
Of course he did.
Then we had an advert for a superstar I really want to see debut. Baron Corbin.
He did debut.
Not join NXT, he didn't.
He debuted on NXT TakeOver 2.
This was this is after NXT.
Well, I'm just telling you, NXT TakeOver 2 was one of the short matches that got cut from your end because he basically came out. Then the dude with the dreads came out and he beat him in about 3 seconds with his finisher.
Yeah, they've repackaged him and they said he's coming soon.
Okay,
they even mentioned it's his debut, and this is afterwards.
Okay, they were saying TakeOver 2 is if they were saying because when they came out, you know, they.
But yeah, what actually happened on
NXT
NXT was we got an advert for Baron Corbin, and it said he's going to be debuting soon, and it showed him on a motorbike, and the advert was cut very gritty, grindhouse style, you know, like the old promos, like, and I was like, I want to see this dude. That's awesome. He's on a motorbike, and they've done it grindhouse style. That's fucking awesome.
Mole, is your NXT a current episode, or is it?
Yes.
It is current. Okay. Well, that's
Yes,
weird that they would
because
repackage him
Angel-
immediately after they debuted him.
Yeah, they probably repackaged him. Like, that may have been, like, a small debut, but this is actually going to be, like, his big, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's still kind of cool that they did that. And yeah, this is this week's NXT, by the way. Then we had Tyler Breeze versus Justin Gabriel, with Tyler winning after a pretty cool reversal. Basically, Justin Gabriel jumped off, Tyler Breeze went under him, and then as Justin Gabriel ran towards him, boom, kick to the face, 1, 2, 3. It was awesome. Pretty great match too.
Fair enough.
We then have Natty with William Regal saying that she knows Tyson Kidd lost at TakeOver 2 and stuff, and she's like, and she knows he had another title match. She's like, please, just give him one more title shot. And William Regal's like, fine, but this is his last ever title shot. He will get one. Then we had Alexia Bliss versus Bayley. Bayley came out with a microphone and said, after NXT TakeOver 2, where she feels she's earned Charlotte's respect and she wants another match. Charlotte came out and said, you did earn my respect, but the result will still be the same. However, you've got your match.
Fair enough.
We then have the Legionnaires versus Colin Cassidy and Amore. And yeah, they pick up the win basically because, you know the Legionnaire who had his hair shaved off at the pay-per-view? He came out with a Kurt Angle style wig and the wrestling style headpiece over it, which came off in the middle of the match, revealing his bald head. When he went to pick it up, roll up, 1, 2, 3.
Ah.
And then we had Sin Cara and Kalisto versus the Ascension. What's worth noting here, They finally, even though their video actually said it, but they kept calling them Sin Cara and Kalisto, they finally on the nameplates have started to refer to the team as Lucha Dragons.
Nice.
They've actually gone full board with that, so now they're Lucha Dragons. And then at the end, Haido, whatever his last name is, Tatami, or however you pronounce that, or Sumi, I think it is.
Just
Haido Sumi.
just call him Kenta. It's easier.
Yeah, but that's not his name now. But yeah,
Yeah, but it's easy for just call him Kenta.
No, shush.
It's Hideo Itami, for the record.
Thank you, Tommy. So Haido Itami came out and started to carry on his feud with Ascension. What? Why are you bitching, Jeff? Just because someone actually took notes instead of reading it off WWE.com? But that ended NXT. So yeah, they're carrying on his feud with Ascension. That's weird.
Did he actually look impressive, or was it
He
more?
just came out. He just came out on the stage instead.
Oh, okay.
Did he point though?
There was no WrestleMania sign.
I know, but I was thinking like Sin Cara used to point.
I know,
Wanted to steal
I
that
knew you were
move
thinking like
steal.
just pointed. I think he may have pointed at him or something, but basically it was just him coming out, and I'm like, that's weird because now he's going to be in a feud with two people. That's weird. So either
Was he
he's
in a
going to win
suit?
or he's going to get destroyed. Yeah, he was in street gear basically.
Oh, okay, so he was not in a suit. Okay, fair enough.
But then we cut to Total Divas. And yeah, this episode will be short to get through. It was the after party episode, hosted by Renee. Basically, we got extended footage of some stuff like JoJo and Eva Marie arguing. Tyson and Natalia started to argue. Tyson Kidd and Natalia started to argue over Jared. They then bring Jared out, and we get a big thing to do with him about how he flat out says, "I didn't want to try and take Natalia away from TJ." Okay, that's not how he speaks. But yeah, I didn't want to take Natalia away from TJ. I just wanted to have my feelings known. And then he starts to go on about how he thinks Natalia is the sexiest woman in the world and how everyone should be in love with her. To which Tyson Kidd said, honestly, hearing him say this doesn't annoy me. What pisses me off was the sneaking behind my back, was the telling my woman you had feelings for her behind my back. That annoys me. If you flat out tell me you find my wife hot, I have no problem. What you did was slimy and disrespectful, to which Jared's like, well, that seems a bit harsh. And I'm like, really? That seems a bit harsh. You tried to steal his girlfriend. Nah, it's cool. It was too harsh. We got questions from fans, which were random. All the Total Divas boyfriends kept coming out. And yeah, that was pretty much the wrap-up show. It was basically just a generic clip show with some Q&A, which weren't very good Q&As, and random crap like the Jared stuff, which didn't actually add anything to it. It just extended what we already knew. But it worked.
It made him look like more of an ass.
It made him look like an ass. Yeah, it did. But I will say, I think some of the crowd-ish, or some of the divas were a little bitchy with it. Because some of the divas seem to go, when Jared said it was, that just seems harsh. Some of the divas went, and actually patted him a bit. And I will say, when Tyson Kidd and Natalia were starting to argue, yeah, Nikki Bella was sat there like grinning and just watching and getting all excited. To which Renee even said, you're actually enjoying this, aren't you? She goes, yeah, this is entertaining. I love this stuff. And I'm like, bitch, you don't do that if someone's arguing. Like, Richter, imagine you're having an argument with your wife. You turn around and see Marcus there grinning ear to ear and goes, this is entertaining. What's going to happen?
Same thing that happened last time.
Last time. So that's how he lost the leg.
Yeah.
But no, that was the end of Total Divas this week. We technically got 2 episodes this week, but I had spoke to people during the week and asked them, and we decided, okay, I might as well just do one. So I did the wrap-up one first, because that was the one I was going to watch this week, because I was like, okay, I want to see what's happened. And it was interesting, it was fun. It just didn't add anything.
So is that like a season finale or something like that? Or,
I'm not sure. I think it may have been the mid-season finale. Because
okay.
the next episode, when I check my planner, Total Divas, there is. Next episode afterwards is SummerSlam. Nikki is threatened by Eve Maria's popularity. Ariana
Oh, okay.
struggles to control her anger issues after an accident during a match. Natalia fears returning to the ring. Ooh,
Oh, okay.
I wonder how that works out. Oh, that's right, she had a match this week on Raw. Damn you, time!
Okay, so that was probably the last episode before the summer break. Fair enough.
Yeah, probably. I want to see that episode. The episode after that is called, on my plan, because I got 2 episodes recorded after that, Nurse Nikki. Nikki moves in with John, but is shocked when he makes an unexpected demand. Eve Marie considers cheating when she is asked to be an announcer on live television. How'd you cheat at being a live? I don't know.
She
But
brings
still,
it via satellite.
it's called Nurse Nikki, and we're not supposed to know what Cena's demand is. My guess is either A, wearing a slutty nurse uniform, or B, looking after him after he's been injured, or I don't know. Look, a load of couples help each other with work, yeah? So, boom, AA, bitch. That'd be so random. That'd be out of fucking nowhere. But no, that was the end of Total Divas this week. So, did we want to go over to... I don't know, what do you want to do next? Like news? It's up to you.
Yeah, go to the news.
I think that's the only section left, but let's go
Yeah,
with
it
it.
is.
Are you
By
sure?
order of elimination, we will go to the news.
We can make up a new segment. I don't know.
Can I just say, that is brilliant. You need to do this every week. Every week you need to be at Marcus's. Because when Marcus unmutes and we hear you echo a little bit, when you do your announcement thing of, let's go to the news, and it just echoes, it's like, it's godly.
It's super dramatic.
Yeah, dramatic.
To the news.
See, it works.
That was amazing.
Now say Muppets in space.
Muppet in space.
Yay!
Now say Alpha, Rita's escaped.
Recruit the team of teenagers with attitudes.
Exactly. Nice. Anyway, news.
No, for the piss break.
Ah.
Piss
Part
break number 2.
Now with blood.
Okay.
His first blood.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
We are depraved people.
Well, time for a shit that makes no damn sense whatsoever. I'm just
As
gonna.
opposed to?
Yeah,
Wait.
I'm just.
Shit that makes no sense whatsoever. Wait, you're not going to tell us that wrestling is now fake? Like,
No.
somehow these feuds aren't genuine and that everyone's been predetermined on who's going to win? Because I've got to tell you, Jim, that is unbelievable. That is stupid. That's not true. Get the fuck out.
No, I would never say that.
Good, it's still real to me, damn it.
Exactly. No, I'm just gonna read this straight up because when I mentioned this to Jeff the other day, he what the fuck. So I'm just gonna read it and then you guys interpret it as you will.
Interpret it as you will, Jim. Just because I'm English does not mean I'm C3PO. I don't do interpretations.
No, that's Simon. Hi, Simon.
Huh. Okay, so for those of you that may not be aware, WWE Studios is working on a film called Celebrity Death Pool. It was announced a little while ago. The film stars Ken Jeong, who is in massive debt, and therefore he goes on a journey to win the celebrity death pool that he and his friends have by killing off the celebrity that he has chosen to die first, in this case, David Hasselhoff, who is in the movie and who is the guy
You
that's
sold your story, Marcus?
He did. So, I am not even joking. Pop singer Justin Bieber is officially joining the cast of the WWE Studios film Celebrity Death Pool, which features David Hasselhoff, Hulk Hogan, and Ken Jeong in leading roles. Rumors of Bieber's involvement in the WWE film popped up earlier this week, and Yahoo Celebrity has since confirmed the news. Yahoo reports, and I'm not shitting you, this is what it says. I don't know if this is true, but this is what the report says from Yahoo. Quote, Bieber will be the voice of Kit from Knight Rider in the comedy Celebrity Death Pool. The pair was spotted shooting scenes for the film on Tuesday in Venice, California, in the legendary Pontiac Firebird Trans Am from the Hoff's 80s TV series.
Breaking
David
news.
Hasselhoff explained.
Jim, hello? Can anybody hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what?
Yeah, we didn't catch any of that because
I heard
I guess it was my internet. We glitched out, so Richter didn't hear any of it.
He's talking about that celebrity death pool, but
Yeah, I know.
I did have breaking news on that, Jim.
Okay, well, let me finish what it says here, and then you can do the breaking news, okay?
Assuming it's not the same, but okay.
Yeah. Pop singer Justin Bieber is officially joining the cast of the WWE Studios film Celebrity Death Pool, which features David Hasselhoff, Hulk Hogan, and Ken Jeong in leading roles. Rumors of Bieber's involvement in the film popped up earlier this week, and Yahoo Celebrity has since confirmed the news. Yahoo reports, quote, Bieber will be the voice of Kit from Knight Rider in the comedy Celebrity Death Pool. The pair was spotted shooting scenes from the film on Tuesday in Venice, California, in the legendary Pontiac Firebird Trans Am from the Hoff's 80s TV series. David Hasselhoff explained how he got Bieber to appear in the movie, quote, he called me and asked me for a favor, and I called him back and said, can you do me a favor? And he said, yes. I did his favor first because I love the Beeb. I think he's a cool kid and he gets a bad rap. He's a good guy and I like his music. I've known him for 5 years. So, breaking news, Mo.
According to the Fallen Angel, that's my source because he'd read it somewhere. Justin Bieber's role as Kit is just for a post-credits piss take scene.
Ah. Fair enough.
That's the only reason. It's not going to be like he's not going to be seriously Kit throughout the film,
Okay, fair enough. That's
like
good
some
to hear.
people were raging about. So
Yeah, that's good. That's good to hear. Okay. So, yes, that's happening. So far that film is Ken Jeong, Hasselhoff, Hulk Hogan, and now Justin Bieber.
But sounds cool.
Could be
Sounds like a funny ass concept.
Yeah, Ken Jeong's hilarious. That could be great.
Which, like I said, it's based on the story of Marcus Shadow, but that could be fun as hell. Because it is the story of Marcus going around killing celebrities. Awesome.
Yeah, pretty much.
They were quick to make that into a movie.
Fuck you!
Are you getting your royalty check? Are you going to get your royalty check, Marcus, or are you going to sue him CM Punk style?
Fuck you.
I'm gonna sue him like that lady with Disney. That's my story, WWE.
Yeah, that's my story. I could prove it. It just pulls out like his Death Note list.
Yes.
But it's as long as Santa's list because he's been doing this for all of time. He chooses which celebrities live and die.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, next up on the list, we have announced that Canadian broadcaster Arda O'Cal has joined WWE. And he says he's beyond thrilled about the opportunity. He's going to be known as Kyle Edwards in the company. He previously hosted the Aftermath Pro Wrestling show on Canada's The Score Network alongside Renee Young. So a friend of Renee Young's is now an announcer, so we'll see where he ends up. Can we go?
I wonder. I wonder.
Oh, I wonder. I do.
Oh, okay. I thought Jim would have known what I was getting at there.
No,
I wonder
no.
because a while back there was reports and people had commented on it, whether that was true or not. But I don't know. But there was reports a while back that actual sports stuff like ESPN were trying to court Renee as an actual sports person. WWE's now hired her friend. I wonder if this is to, shall we say, grease the wheels so that she will stay because now they're doing favors for like some of her friends.
Maybe.
Hopefully, because I want her to stay. She's awesome.
I do too. Yeah. I don't want to lose her like we lost the coach.
Marcus.
Was that really a loss?
Oh, come on. Coach was awesome.
Coach was heel Michael Cole done right.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
true.
much.
He was heel Michael Cole done right. But yeah, he wasn't exactly he wasn't a major loss. It wasn't as much a loss as when Matt Striker left.
True. But the problem is you got Michael Cole's out on commentary. Coach is gone. There's no Kevin Kelly. Who are people like The Rock supposed to make fun of?
Himself?
Yeah.
The people that go to see his film thinking it'll be good? The people that bought Doom?
I was thinking of saying
Yeah, you were thinking of the same thing.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
People that bought Doom on DVD.
Fuck you guys.
Marcus owns Doom on DVD.
Available in bargain bins now for just $99.
Okay, then moving along. The
That's all we
following,
did.
yes, the following item could be incredibly interesting or incredibly stupid or both.
When it
So-
comes to WWE, I'm going to say probably the former.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Vince Russo has launched the Dear Vince Project. You can find it at dearvinceproject.com. And basically, it's a movement of Vince Russo trying to rally the fans to use the hashtag Dear Vince to inundate Vince McMahon with social media posts and letters and shit to tell him what they think is wrong with his company.
That's incredibly stupid.
Yes, but it gets better though, because as part of the hashtag,
wait,
as part of the
there's
new Dear
more.
Vince, yes, as part of the Dear Vince, that was just a side thing. The actual news is that as part of the Dear Vince project, Vince Russo has released a new weekly feature called Russo Books Raw, where every week prior to Raw airing that night, Russo will offer how he would book the show. That also includes he will, of course, he says my system in booking Raw is going to be as follows. Following every pay-per-view, I'm going to lay out a general direction for not only the following night's Raw, but where I would go leading up to the next pay-per-view. In this case, Hell in a Cell. When I was back booking a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, we would book from pay-per-view to pay-per-view, knowing where we were going month to month, but really building each week in between with as much intrigue as possible. He'll change things as they go. You know, if his predictions are wrong for Monday Night Raw, obviously, then his plans for next week will be based on what happened on actual Raw, not his plans for Raw. So he's going to give that a shot and see what happens. And he put out a free sampling for what he would do with the Goldust Stardust and Sheamus. And you can see the samples there. And then if you go to his website, which is www.pyroandballyhoo.com, and you purchase yourself a VIP access for just $2.95 by using the discount code CHAMPION, you can get yourself a membership to see Russo Books Raw every week.
I'm just going to say right now, we here at the X Pound do not condone looking at Vince Russo booking.
No, we don't.
Especially paying for it. Wow.
Yeah, now you can pay to see how he'll do Russo swears that make no sense.
Pretty much.
Is it just me, though, or does this seem a little desperate? It's like when Charlie Sheen starts going off about 2.5 Men, and you're like, really? Is this not just because your actual anger management show has failed miserably and couldn't quite reach the same ratings you praised it would? It's cool, you're winning.
Yeah, pretty much.
Marcus, do your job.
What's
Take him out.
that? Yes, boss.
Marcus, push him. Get the Russo.
Yeah. Moving on.
Moving on up.
We are. In the next news story of WWE trying to screw over one of their former superstars, there is currently, apparently, a battle. I don't know if it's a fully on legal battle, but there's a battle right now as to who owns the name Honky Tonk Man. According to the
That's
Honky Tonk,
racist.
according to the Honky Tonk Man himself, and the Twitter rant that he went on, he claims that as part of his contract when he left the company, it was agreed that he owned the name and character and could use it as he saw fit. Whereas WWE is apparently now trying to prevent him from using the name, and in his Twitter rant, he went on to challenge them to sue him. He says, HTM says to add WWE one more time. WWE tries to stop HTM from using the HTM name. HTM will go to the pay window in U.S. federal court. HTM says to all HTM followers, HTM owns the HTM name. Add WWE, it is in my release from the Add WWE contract and in the HTM Nostalgia Add WWE contract. HTM says to all followers, how would you feel when someone tried to stop you from making a living? Hashtag free HTM. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. That's not right, Hunky Talk Man.
Did you not read this beforehand?
I
You
didn't
seem
read all.
surprised by your own news.
I didn't read all of his 10,000 tweets. I only read the first few.
Oh God, you're going to read them all to us, aren't you?
No, I'm just gonna read this next one because what the fuck. HTM says to all HTM friends of color, HTM understands having freedom taken away. Hashtag free HTM.
I'm just going to point out right now, even if Honky Tonk Man's right, having your character's name taken away from you does not stop you making a living, and it's not the same as being persecuted based on color. Wouldn't you agree with that, Marcus? Boom! We persecuted him based on color. Now, also, the idea of it stopping him making money doesn't work because wouldn't that just be like, I don't know, that's like Mark Hamill. Okay, fair enough. He can't go on a TV show and become Luke Skywalker, but he can sure go on a TV and be the Joker. If it's the Batman one, you know what I mean? It's like it's not taking away your livelihood. It's just stopping you using that character name.
True.
Yeah, either way, but I'm not going to say which one actually owns the name. I'm just saying his statement is really fucking stupid, a little ignorant.
Fair enough. And the final piece of news tonight, a little sad news. And the final sad piece of news tonight. Unfortunately, it was reported this week that Paul Bearer's son, Michael Moody, passed away. The cause was not specified.
Marcus.
But he did leave us this week, and WWE did acknowledge it in a post on their website offering their condolences to the Moody family.
And that is a shame.
And that is the news. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute.
You forgot
Oh my
one
god,
bit.
we have breaking
There's
news.
more.
No, I just saw the breaking news. This just went up, like, within the last 45 minutes.
Oh, it's extra relevant, people.
It is. It's about the bunny. The latest edition of Adam Rose's Rose Garden feature on the official WWE website, it features Rose giving the bunny a surprise, which is the bunny's official WWE.com profile. The bunny is now listed and considered to be an official WWE superstar.
What?
Fair enough.
Rose and the bunny then did a photo shoot for his profile, and you can check out the latest Rose Garden feature at WWE.com.
Wow.
But like I was saying, I did have some other news that I thought would be more pressing.
All right, go ahead.
According to various sources, on iTunes, the WWE app did appear for people in the UK, in case you're wondering, and it's going to be $39.99 every 6 months to purchase the app, which, when you break it down, works out at just $666 a month. Strange WWE hasn't been promoting the hell out of that number, but I will say, so you got that. However, WWE themselves are not actually promoting the WWE app over here, weirdly. Only adverts online have been popping up with it. WWE haven't been doing it, despite calling the UK for the WWE network their second biggest worldwide audience is the UK, WWE have said, so that's a little weird. Also, it's worth noting that, yeah, it's supposed to come out October 1st. No information. It's almost safe to rule out it being a Sky channel. It's probably going to be an actual download, but there's still debate right now on whether or not it's going to include the pay-per-views or not. So, yay. UK news.
There you go.
Damn Jim persecuting me.
Yeah.
Always holding me back.
Now you know what it's like to lose your freedoms.
Yeah, exactly.
I do.
All right, so I guess
He
that's
took
it
away
for
my
this week.
network. This is our 9/11. I'm sorry, I just thought I'd match Honky Tonk's ridiculous statements.
There you go.
Go on, Rick, you need to do it
Mission
too. Like,
accomplished.
oh, Capcom didn't release another Mega Man game this year. This is our free fucking, what's his name? The guy who was in
This is our
Africa.
Auschwitz.
Nelson Mandela, that was it. Capcom not releasing another
Yeah.
thingy Mega Man game is your free Nelson Mandela.
Oh, also, if anybody is interested in knowing, Santino should be back in about 6 months.
I thought he was retired.
No, on his recovery process and plans to return, I can start riding the bike in a couple of weeks, and then maybe a month after that, some light weights. Then I'll be able to exercise. I just won't be able to do any falling. If I can get back into the ring, that'll be in 6 months' time. There's no guarantee that I'll be back, but there's definitely a possibility. He says in the meantime, he should go back to work in about a month doing a non-physical role for WWE, and he will hopefully be able to get back in the ring in about 6 months.
I thought he was definitely retired. That's weird.
He thought he was going to be definitely retired too, but then they told him, no, you can actually come back from this.
Although I will say, if he can't do falls, does that mean he's going to be booked stronger in Super Cena, as no one will be even able to knock him down?
Well, he said he couldn't take falls until the 6 months was up. He can't take falls right now, but once in every. But yeah, we'll see. And I know Santino had said that in a previous article that his goal when he comes back, he wants to be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Good luck.
So we'll see how that goes. In all fairness, Santino Marella can actually wrestle when they let him not be a goofball.
Yes,
He used
but
to.
I don't think they'll.
I think they've wasted his potential.
Fair enough. Well, we shall see.
Maybe he's the one to end Brock Lesnar.
There you go.
With
And
a
he's
Cobra. He'll do it with the Cobra at WrestleMania. You watch, and it'll be in 30 seconds.
There you go. Back to you, Rick. Take us home.
All right, so that does it for another week of WXR. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. And tune in next week where we will run through what happens this week, or this upcoming week, I should say, for in the world of wrestling. Thank you very much, and good night.